Yes, everybody. Welcome back in the building. We got some more bombas related to the one and only Alexander Isak, because there has been some talk the last few days, especially I think some people are worried, could he genuinely go to Saudi because they can pay ludicrous wages like £500,000 a week. I don't know, but those are just numbers that were being mentioned. But guys, there were two reports today showing that for him as well, it is only Liverpool Football Club that he wants to go to. And there's two major updates I have for you guys related to this. And yes, I see Saki says really excited after watching the Kitik interview. Guys, we might be able to listen to the Kitik interview together too. I could get that on the audio on here. Okay, so we could do that in this live as well. But guys, as you can see, Fabrizio Romano has said Alexander Isak wants Liverpool. It's his priority. He only wants Liverpool, and that there's no talks with Al Hilal, which was the club that was being mentioned in Saudi. No talks with Chelsea. And I don't even know why Man United is being mentioned in there. I don't know how he just snuck United in there, but obviously not Man United either, you know? So it seems like Newcastle are pushing to try to get Benjamin Sesko from Leipzig as their replacement if Isak was to go, and then it seems like Wissa would be the backup option for them, or at least like the squad rotation, because Callum Wilson I think has left Newcastle, so they need to basically go for two strikers if Isak leaves. But guys, do you see the polling power of Liverpool Football Club this summer? Do you see the polling power? Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Frimpong, and Kirkez all said that it was only Liverpool for them. Only Liverpool they would be interested in joining, and now Alexander Isak joins that beautiful group. But yeah, the other update I had for you guys, and this is from Craig Hope, who is extremely reliable. He was the first one to break the news yesterday that Alexander Isak wanted to leave Newcastle. Craig Hope this morning said Isak himself wants to move on. He doesn't want to play in the He doesn't just want to play in the Champions League, he wants to win it. Now listen to how brilliant that is. He doesn't just want to play in the Champions League, he wants to win it. And is there a better team in England to go to try to win the Champions League? I don't think so. I think it really is just Liverpool Football Club. We've won it 6 times. We're looking to make it 7. And this Champions League campaign, by the way, guess where the Champions League final is? It's in Hungary. And that's going to be like us playing on home soil, because we got Dominik Szoboszlai, we got the newcomers, Milos Kerkez and Pesci. So we have 3 Hungarians as well. But yeah, it's a beautiful time to be a Red. What I also want to discuss on this live, so guys, there is more to come, because like I said, I want to listen, because the Ekitike interview just came out, so I'm thinking we can listen to it together and talk about it, discuss it together. But I also want us to discuss whether if we're talking about reality, can it actually happen? Can this transfer actually happen? What would the actual price be? I'm going to be making a video on that later today, a short on that. But guys, how are we feeling in the building? Brawl Lover says, beautiful time to be a Liverpool fan. Yeah, we got Kirkez and Sobo, but not just that. We got Pesci too, who's a very promising young goalkeeper. We brought him in this window too. Even though Saki says, even though it feels weird, but I'm desperately waiting for Bayern to bid for Diaz and Saudi to bid for Darwin so we can get Isak. Yeah, or I think if we were to go big, it would be Isak or Rodrigo, it seems like. But yeah, it seems that those 2 attackers, our 2 South Americans, really could be heading out this transfer window. They really could. So that is Lucho, because Bayern really want him. And the other option obviously is Darwin potentially going to Saudi. Yeah, we will get Isak, says Obeng. We will get Isak. What defender do you think we'll get? Margehi, it seems like the one we're pushing for right now. How did Liverpool find this money? The reason we found this money, guys, I do want to answer this. Yes, my brother Adon. Guys, I do want to answer this because I've seen a lot of people saying, Leo, how is it possible that Liverpool has all these funds all of a sudden? Leo, how is it possible that we didn't back Klopp, but now we're backing Arne Slot? I'm going to answer this because I know many of you have been wondering why this is. And the reason, I mean, there's many, many different reasons. For me, the big reason is we just have to thank Jurgen Klopp, because the reason this has become possible is all of these seasons where the trajectory of the club has been like that. And I think after winning the title the last time we won a title, if COVID hadn't just happened after, I think we would have gone big in the window. But you have to remember that COVID meant that football clubs lost a lot of money. It was a very difficult financial moment for many business people around the world. And that's one of the reasons why I also think it was such poor timing for Jurgen, because the moment where we were at our peak, I would say, was 2019, 2020. Around that time is when COVID happened, so that the club took a big hit in that sense, and then it took some time to get back to the norm after that, because they're actual business people. FSG, they're not like a city that can just spend infinitely. It's different. Like, they actually want to run it as a sustainable business. Very different. But now every club does have to do it more because of PSR. But back in the day, to me at least, even 5-6 years ago, I can't be the only one. I genuinely think PSR wasn't that strict 5 to 6 years ago. That's really changed recently. Simon says, Leo, how much do you think we'll have to pay Isak in wages? I think around £300,000 a week. It seems like that's what he's asking. And given he's Premier League proven at a high level, I think those are the type of wages he'd probably deserve. He's starting to enter his peak. He's going to be turning 26 this season. I think probably around £300,000 a week. Kaya, nice to see you in the building. What's good? The Scout Spud, nice to see you in the building as well, who says, hey Leo, I'm in the building. I feel like I'm in dreamland. Fabrizio has already said if we were to sign Isak, it would be with Diaz leaving, and that's a fair trade for me. The Scout Spud, I think if Isak came in as well, Darwin would leave for Saudi. So that's a place where we get not just major funds, because people always talk about the price tag, right? It's true that the fee we would get for Lucho is around 70 million. The fee we would get for Darwin would be between 60 to 70 million. But don't forget, it is also lots of wages that are being freed up. So it's not just the fees we'd be getting, but also the wages. Don't forget that, you guys. That's going to open up lots of space. Mr. H and friends, nice to see you in the building, who says, let's go, baby. You'll never walk alone, Reds. What a window. What a window. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but Isak also said that Arsenal are out of the race to sign him. Did you guys see this earlier today? Arsenal are out of the race to sign Alexander Isak. This was from Craig Hope earlier today. Let me pop it open for you. This was a literal quote from Craig Hope. Again, he's the one that initially broke out all this news that Isak wanted to leave yesterday. So Craig Hope said, quote, Isak himself wants to move on. He doesn't want to play in the Champions League. He wants to win it. And how many times has Arsenal won the Champions League? I'm not going to say the number, but we know which club he wants to go to here. We know which club. And again, people have been saying, what about Real Madrid? If Rodrigo leaves Real Madrid, couldn't Isak sign for them? To me, that would make no sense. Why would it make no sense? Because two players that seem sure to stay at Real Madrid are Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. Neither of them can play on the right wing. Both of them play better on the left wing. Mbappe, though, can play down the middle as a striker. So if Isak were to come in, for me, it would make no sense how you would set up that front three. How do you set up that? Do you guys get what I'm saying? So personally, I don't see Isak going to Madrid, because that is a club where, again, if he wants to win the Champions League and those are the standards he's looking for, then I can see Real Madrid being a real threat for us. But again, I don't see him ending up at Real Madrid. I don't see it. It's just not realistic. It isn't. Alex Jacob says, if we spend this much money, will we have enough money to re-sign important players like Konate? I think so. Because the club, we talked about this before, and I went into research mode. I looked into the market, what players, what profiles can we look in the current market that are available that could replace Ibu Konate? And I really struggled to find players who are within kind of his age bracket and price. Very difficult to find in the market. And he's obviously Premier League proven, Champions League proven. so good next to Virgil. I think it's worth, paying him the wages that he's asking for because, again, I think he's very difficult to replace in the market. And we don't want to lose him on cheaper fee this summer because he only has 1 year left, or even worse, next summer on a free. We do not want that whatsoever. Leo, how good is this transfer window out of 10? For me, it's a 10 out of 10 already. And if we sign Isak or Rodrigo on top of it, for me, that would be like it would become like a 15 out of 10. But yeah, right now I'm giving it a 11 out of 10. AJ, trust me, I don't earn that much from YouTube to be able to help with the Isak transfer. Trust me, no chance. Mesa, my brother, nice to see you in the building. How are you feeling? How good? By the way, so this is what I wanted to discuss with Mesa in the building now. This is what I just wanted to bring up with you guys because I've seen a lot of people saying, can we afford him? How much would he cost? Is he worth the money? Because it would be ludicrous funds. What I make of, let me go back to the original, what Fabrizio said. This is what the headline from today was. The fact that Isak wants Liverpool, that it's his priority. What I can imagine also being a scenario, and if you pitch me this scenario, I'm still very, very happy personally. I don't know about you guys, but we already had such a crazy summer that if you tell me we have to wait for Isak till next summer so that it costs a lot less, I'm all for that. But given how much he seems to want to join Liverpool, and given the moment we're in right now, I could see if somehow we can't afford him, which can be possible because, like I said, it is crazy money, then I could see a world where potentially we wait till next summer. And because he wants to move, he'd be willing to be patient for one more season. I mean, it's not like Newcastle is a bad club to be at. They're a fantastic club with incredible fans. If he decide, then I could see him waiting a year and us getting him next summer. So either way, for me, this news right here that he only wants Liverpool pretty much, unless of course like Real Madrid enter the picture or something. But again, if you're talking about Saudi, seems to be out of the window because he values the Champions League, and obviously the Saudi clubs don't compete in the Champions League, and Chelsea, United, other clubs are not at the level of Liverpool right now. I could see us potentially waiting one summer. So it seems like he could really be Liverpool bound when I see this kind of update from Fabrizio in terms of what he wants. Mason says he's the perfect striker. He knows the Premier League. He knows how to score. So yeah. But guys, if I told you right now that you'd have to wait till next summer so that we don't have to pay as crazy of a price, would you be okay with that? Or are you feeling extremely impatient where you just want him this summer? Oxford, nice to see you in the building. Elena too says, I literally just woke up a few minutes ago and this is one of the first news I saw all day. How are you? Hope you're good. What a time to be alive in a red. Absolutely. Weefus. Sunny says, I'm in Greece and this Alexander Isak news is going crazy. Bro, can you change back to your original OG name though? Make it something like Sunny64. Master says, hello, I'm a huge fan. You're doing incredible work. Thank you, bro. Do you think that we might have a Real Madrid situation that had too many stars and couldn't make click? Because I'm worried this might happen. The reason I'm not worried about this is I don't think the type of profiles we go for have those kind of egos, And yes, Isak is a superstar, but I don't believe we'd go for a player where we sense that, because we do major research into all the players we sign. As in, I think we speak to all their previous coaches. We see what they were like when they first broke out into the footballing world. There's so much that we look into when we scout a player that I believe we really try to stay away from major egos. Major egos, Because we need two good strikers. We never know with the injuries. Yeah, but... Oh, okay. Okay. We need two good strikers. We never know with injuries. It's true. But... maybe there's a world where Kitik is our starting striker and then Darwin is a backup and then we sell Darwin next summer and we get Isak for cheaper next summer, potentially. We'll have to see. Will you get an Kitik jersey? Yes, Dan. Yes. Yes, because I'm French and I'm so hyped about a French player signing. Did you see they are linking preseason training That connection is crazy. Salah verts Sobo. I'm too hyped for this season. I can't wait. Riyad Kam, nice to see you in the building. What's good? I can't believe this either, Yusuf. I can't believe this either. Wait, I wanted guys, I wanted to see, you guys said that, have you guys listened to the interview from Kitik already, or would you like us to listen to it together? Guys, would you like us to listen to the Kitik interview together? Let me know in the chat, or do you want to keep talking about Isak? I'm going to let you guys choose. Let's see. It's a 12-minute interview. And we can talk about it as he's talking. Genuinely, just bring us the trophy. Do you think Harvey will stay? Looking unlikely, I think. I think it's unlikely. Yes, interview. Charlotte, nice to see you in the building. I did interview. Okay, we'll do an interview, but a style where we can discuss as he's talking. Okay, you want to listen? Okay, great. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm popping it open. I obviously can't show the video due to copyright, but let's listen to the interview. I'm so hyped, you guys. Kitik is a red.
You are a Liverpool player now. Can you tell us how that feels?
I feel very proud. Obviously,
He's got that French accent.
So, yeah, I'm just excited. I'm a bit like a kid.
Like a kid.
I've been dreaming to come play in the Prem and play for Liverpool. Obviously, it's a big good feeling for me. And yeah, I just can't wait to start to play games and to win trophies and have success here.
Why was this the right move for you?
I think that was the right moment.
He has a deep voice, yeah.
I missed in Paris. I came in Bundesliga a bit like hungry. I wanted to show that I'm a good player.
He's still going to be hungry at Liverpool, you best believe.
I can make the difference on the pitch, and I think I did well the last season. And
you did very well. Humble.
Yeah, now I feel ready to make a bigger step and to play in the beautiful French accent. To improve myself, to see what I can do, and that's why I think it's the right timing for me and the perfect moment to come here.
He's ready for that next step up.
Timing. Can you talk to us about the last?
Love y'all Frenchies, yes.
It come on. Very quickly, you're on an aeroplane, you're here, you meet new teammates, and then you're training the next day.
Yeah, obviously, like things goes quick.
This transfer moved so fast.
My contract, and I came straight here. Obviously, it was a long flight, but I was really excited to come here and meet everybody. So it was quick, but I enjoyed every moment I had to live. And yeah, I live day by day, so I enjoy every time I have here, and I'm just excited.
Volume up.
It was a nice greeting that you managed to watch a little bit of training and then met your teammates on the pitch as they were coming off.
It was, I think, the perfect way to meet people. I meet even the legend of
Let me know if the volume's good.
So it was just perfect moment.
He met King Kenny and Ian Rush
with a lot of fans. That was huge.
And all the fans.
I'm very grateful for this.
And your first training session where you get the kit on and join in, what was the quality like? What sense did you get?
I mean, you just see the players in the team. Obviously, we have so much quality in this team, and yeah, it's just a pleasure to play with such a good players. And
he's going to be linking up with Salah and Birds
to be at the same level and even better.
And you joined at such an exciting time. Liverpool already Premier League champions, and
this
you
is
allude
crazy.
to it there that they're in a position now where they're seriously intent on building on that platform.
Yeah, obviously, Liverpool are already on the top, but we have still things to reach.
He wants that Champions League. Still things to reach. Champions League is what we want this season.
Every season to go reach the success. So it's going to be a difficult season, long season, but we have the quality to reach everything, I think.
We have the quality to reach everything. Every trophy.
As you
Premier League, Champions League.
Reaction's so exciting. You must be so excited to play with them as well.
Yeah, that's huge. Obviously, this transfer summer window was great for the club. They bring so much quality, and I think it, the team would be better. I'm sure about it, and that's why the fans are pretty happy, I think. So yeah.
You had 17 wonderful
He's a man of a few words.
at Eintracht Frankfurt. It was initially a loan, it was a permanent move, and it looked like the club that was tailor-made, perfect for you at that time in your career.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to them. I could express myself. I found family there, really nice people. They took time to. They've been patient with me. I made mistake also on the pitch, and yeah, I could improve, and I think that's the best way to learn and
I'm
to
too excited.
become a better footballer, a better person, because I think I've been growing on both sides, and yeah, I'm just really grateful, and they will stay always in my heart.
People again have been watching the clips of you online, all the different range of goals that you've scored in your career so far. There seems to be a street footballer in there. You're so comfortable playing in tight areas. Where did that come from?
I guess from the street. I always been playing outside with my friend at school, and
At school?
I've been watching.
Yeah, Max, I did see the new Costas.
Players are the player who like to have the ball on the feet and do some skills, show on the pitch, and yeah, I think that's why I always like to play with the ball and do some skill.
That's why he's so technically good.
When I face other players, and just my way to play.
Arne Slot will be your new manager. How key was that first conversation you had with him that this was going to be the right fit for you, and vice versa?
We had a really good first discussion together. Obviously, the coach is very human, so we could talk not only about football, about everything, and I find him very interesting, and I was very curious to see what I can do with him, because I think he's a really nice guy, and I can still
love that French
improve
accent.
and progress with him. So
He wants to keep improving.
He's a really good coach and good person. First,
He only just turned 23, you
that's
guys.
why it makes me
He only just
want
turned
to come
23.
Here.
And that improvement side, you can sense that ambition, and he has this great track record of improving already really good footballers. That plays into what you want too.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
His accent is not French. You love
when
to
you
hear
see a
it.
coach that can make and improve players, you want to be with him and progress, because he can make you go to the next step, and if you want to go higher, I think it's the
Après, je peux parler en français.
And you're so
Après, je peux.
versatile as well. You've played on your own as the lone striker. You've played in a two. Equally comfortable.
Imagine
anywhere
two
across that front
strikers,
line.
Isak and Kitik.
I mean, I do what the coach asked me to do, but yeah, I like to do everything. I can't define myself only as a striker to finish. I like to play. I like to be in the game,
Et Kitik.
in the collective part, play, create also. So I can do both. I can play alone. I like to play also with another striker, and I think that's what makes me versatile. But now in this football, you need to adapt. So yeah.
He's ready to adapt to
When
what
you
Arne
think of
Slot wants for him.
You talk there
Wants
about
from
being
him.
a young boy playing football on the streets. Does it bring about memories of watching them play on TV, and what memories you have of them as a young lad?
I mean, to be honest, I couldn't watch because I didn't have I couldn't see on TV. You need to
He's too
pay,
cute.
and I couldn't
Tu parles
pay.
français trop bien.
But,
Bah ouais. Mon
I've
rêve
been
maintenant, c'est
watching,
d'interviewer Kitik.
Since I was
Hugo.
looking football and clips on YouTube, and I've been dreaming to play.
You'll be a fan
Premier
favorite.
League,
Hope
so
Ekitike settles in.
that's-
Go on, lad.
that's
You'll never walk
huge,
alone.
and I'm grateful.
There's a picture doing the rounds of you in a yellow Liverpool shirt from the 1990s.
Oh, yeah, with Stevie.
Steven
That pic.
Gerrard's first number on the back. What's the story behind that?
The
I gotta
story
pull it
behind
up.
this that I was going on vacation. And obviously, I had some trainings, and my brother, I like vintage jersey.
He likes retro
And my
shirts.
brother went to the shop and he bought that one. Um, and obviously, what that's
Look,
that's
guys,
part of the
they're talking
story.
about
Now
this
I'm
one.
here, but he was I mean, maybe the first legend here in Liverpool, and
He's talking
so
about this
yeah,
shirt.
big up to him, and
Stevie.
it's a very good jersey, by the way.
It's a beautiful jersey. Look,
The captain
I have
here
with the
at
28
Liverpool,
too.
Virgil van Dijk, coined this phrase over the summer that it was always Liverpool, and it's caught a life of its own now. Does that resonate with you, that this was always going to be the club for you now?
That's the photo, you guys.
Yeah, for me that was the right choice. The way the club work, what I've heard about the people here. So yeah, the atmosphere, the fans, the stadium, the way they improve players. Already champion of the Prem. It's the best team in England. So
Best team in the world.
One of the best team in the world.
In the world, there we go.
Yeah, it was Liverpool. Since I talked to the coach in
It was only
my
Liverpool.
head, I was sure about it.
On that flight over, are you thinking about what that noise will sound like when you score your first goal for Liverpool at the Cop End, perhaps at Anfield?
Yeah, Anfield's mad.
Anfield is mad.
Play there. Obviously, I don't even start to think about what it is to score a goal there. I think I will start to think when we come and we're gonna play there. But it's huge. I mean, I've seen on TV, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. He can't wait for Anfield.
I think it's gonna be amazing.
Liverpool fans will be there for you every step of the way to support
Supporting,
you.
absolutely.
What about a message for them? What would you say to them before we finish?
Message for the fans.
Fans. Yeah, Hugo Kitik, New Scouser, and
New Scouser.
and can't wait to win and score goals for you. Woo! And just have success and have fun on the stadium.
Have
and
fun.
to see you. Yeah.
Let yourself.
Just very finally, the smile on your face has been evident right throughout. You must be so happy to be here and a Liverpool player.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I mean, things goes really quick. You know, need to realize that you here and you're with people, and that's, I think, what I'm doing at the moment. It always take a little bit of time, but
For it to become a reality for him.
Come on that way in Liverpool.
New French Scouser.
Always been my dream. So also, I'm very happy and proud of myself.
Yes, you should be proud of yourself.
Congratulations, Hugo. We wish you every success.
Thank you very much.
Woo! That's the end of the interview, guys. What did you make of it? Let me turn down the volume a little bit because now I'm speaking. Guys, he seems like quite an introvert, actually. He seems a bit shy, but you can tell, like, he has that, like, the beaming smile, and he's so proud to have become a Liverpool player, but you can tell he's humble as well. And, you know, we were talking about it before. We really do go for humble character, no, for, characters that will be good for the overall culture, and he seems like he's gonna slot right in that sense. Guys, look at, by the way, who was it? Dean? Guys, W interview, right? W interview. He's very talkative and he says a lot of the right things. I'm agreeing with a lot of what he's saying. Do you want to get Kitik boxers? Oh, no, not boxers, but let me actually. Soli has been a community support member for 10 months who says, dude, I'm so stoked for this coming season. W Leo, W Hugo Kitik. I'm definitely getting his jersey this year. Delior says, did Liverpool jump the gun and sign Kitik knowing that Isak wants to come to Liverpool? Nah, I think Kitik is someone we wanted no matter what. It seems like since January, we really, really had made contact and wanted him. So, Delior, I don't think it's just dependent on Alexander Isak. I think there's very much a world where we fit both in, and we've seems like for a while we've really wanted him, But look how tall he is, you guys. Do you see this? That's him next to Virgil. He's basically the same size as Virg. That's from training yesterday. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? He's very tall. Big up, by the way. Abudu, sorry I missed your super chat. Thank you for the support. Who says, what's your starting 11 for next season? Abudu, we could do a live around that, but once our transfer window business is over, okay? Right now, there's still so much to come that it's difficult to say. Let's talk about it. How about we talk about it, like I said, when it looks like our transfer business is done, which I think 2 more players will come in. 2 more players I think will come in. So let's wait for that, you know? Wait, I did want to see this. I love the Scouser bit where he said, now I'm a Scouser too. So Hugo Kitik, by the way, you guys were asking how could we fit Alexander Isak with Hugo Kitik? This is what he said on his game. Quote, I can't define myself only as a striker who likes to finish. I like to play. I like to be in the game, in the collective parts of play, and create also. So I can do both. I can play alone, and I like to play also with another striker. What do you guys make of that? What do you guys make of that? No, I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna try the Scouse accent, bro. We're gonna play such attacking football. I know, and this is why, guys, we're so lucky. When I just think about, and our fullbacks are attacking as well. But when I think about the type of players that we're gonna have and their ability for next season, I just think about someone like Florian Wirtz always looks to make something happen, and Hugo Ekitike is similarly a baller who just wants to make things happen, and he wants to be on the ball, like he just said in that quote. He just wants to be involved, and he wants to make things happen. And players like that are just so exciting when you have them in your team, you know, because they're a joy to watch, and we get to watch him week in, week out for us. Like, how lucky are we? Week in, week out, we get to watch him play for us. Like, that's a blessing. It's an incredible blessing. Ornstein Bomba? Did Ornstein say something? You got me. You got me to check. Let's see. You're lying. Of course you're lying. You got me. 90% ball possession, bro. If we just have the ball in the final third, that's where it'll be dangerous for the opposition. We just need the ball in the final third. That's where we'll hurt the opposition the most. Yo, Leo, will you go to Anfield next season? Yes, I will. I still need to plan. Um, But yeah, guys, I wanted to ask you in the building. Shout out to you. I don't know in the building. Guys, I have a question for you because I think these are 2 possible scenarios. Would you rather, because either way, it seems like Luis Diaz is set to leave. It seems like he wants to leave. Bayern really want him. And if not Bayern, Saudi also really want him. So let me give you this hypothetical. I'm curious what you guys will go for. So either I see a world where Lucho leaves and we don't sign Isak this summer, but we sign someone like Rodrigo. So let's say Lucho leaves and we sign Rodrigo to play on the left and as a versatile attacker, but we keep Darwin as a striker with Ekitike. Or scenario 2, we sell Lucho and we sell Darwin and we just bring in Alexander Isak because we couldn't sign both. That would just be too many funds. Which of those scenarios would you rather? So scenario A is we just sell Lucho and we keep Darwin and get Rodrigo. Or scenario 2 or scenario B is we sign Isak but we sell both Darwin and Luis Diaz. Let's see. I'm curious what you guys are going to say here. What are you guys saying? Scenario B. Wow. I know it's hard, but I think it's pretty real. I think it has to be kind of one of those two. Make a poll. Okay, guys, let me make a poll right now. I'm curious what you guys are going to say. I'm real curious right now. Okay, let's make a poll right now. So, which would you rather? I'm really curious. So, sign Rodrigo, just sell Luis Diaz, or sign Isak, sell Lucho plus Darwin. You guys get what I'm saying? Because if we kept him, that would be different, you know? So let me know. Let's see. Isak is the ultimate dream. Do both, bro. We can't do both. Financially, that's way too crazy. That we're leaving too much in a dreamland. If you think we're signing Rodrigo and Isak, that's too crazy. Too crazy. Absolute Mover says we need a center back. Both would be too much. Exactly. I don't see a world where both happens. All right, let's check the poll. Over 200 of you guys have voted. He's going to United. Kalu says Isak is going to United, little bro. Let's see about that. Wow. A big majority of you guys say sign Isak and sell. That's wow. I didn't expect it to be that. I need to send this. That's crazy that you guys are that how much you guys would rather see Alexander Isak come to the club than potentially keeping Darwin and getting Rodrigo. Big up Albi, thank you for the support. Nice to see you in the building. If Isak doesn't leave this summer, we can get him this summer. That's my prediction, Jarvie. I think there's a very good chance that we're also okay to get him next summer. Why? Because we already got Kitik, you know? But I think he is Liverpool bound in the end. It seems like he does want Liverpool. Dean says, Lucho wants to go and I just want players that want to wear the Liverpool badge. I love Lucho, but he doesn't want to be at Liverpool. Yeah, Dean, the only thing is I think we should never send him any hate. And I'm not saying you are, but just more and more people are saying, like, just get out of our club if you don't want to be here. There's more details to it than we probably know. As in, we don't want to offer him a new contract. We don't know what wages he's on. There's so many different details. But yeah, it seems like Lucho is set to leave. Like I said, there's 2 places that really want him as well. So I think we will get a good fee. It seems like right now the most likely option is Bayern, who are preparing another bid. Otherwise, it'll be Saudi, who really want him as well. Daily Ora says, did Liverpool say they have the money for Isak? I think we jumped the gun too early when Newcastle refused the first time and went for Kitik. I prefer Kitik though. You prefer Kitik to Isak? How come, Daily Ora? Because he's cheaper, or you just prefer him as a profile? I'm pretty surprised by that. Gotta be honest. Ekitike's fitness is great. Yeah, it's huge. I agree. I love that part of his game. Poisonous Potato says, how about option C? Sell Diaz, Morton, and maybe Elliott to sign Isak and Gehi, in my opinion. What a window that'll be. Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about Gehi. I think no matter what, we sign a center back. That's, for me, that's without a shadow of a doubt. We will sign a center back, you guys. But I'm more so talking about the attacker side of things. That's why these are the 2 options. That's why. You know? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying there? Maybe there's a world where we play with 2 strikers under Slot. Honestly, you never know. I think he's the type of manager that he's very different as a coach to Jurgen Klopp, where I think Jurgen kind of had his 4-3-3 and he didn't change too much from it. I think Slot is more open to a world where, depending on the players he has, he's willing to change the way we set up. And with what Hugo Ekitike said, I'll repeat, this was in his interview. He said, quote, I can't define myself only as a striker who likes to finish. I like to play. I like to be in the game, in the collective part of play, and create also. So I can do both. I can play alone, and I like to play also with another striker. Bro, imagine a world where we have Hugo Kitik and Alexander Isak. That would be way too wild. That would be way too wild. Big up, Messi. You'll never walk alone. Thank you for the support. Jarvie says, I'm hyped for Isak, but also kind of sad that Lucho is leaving. He has been incredible for us the last 3 years. I hope the fans recognize his contribution to the club. If he had gotten a proper farewell, he would have had a beautiful farewell at Anfield. I have no doubt about that. You know, we love players, especially players who every single game give you everything. And Lucho is, for me, he's the definition of that. He's someone that would sacrifice everything for the team, and how he would track back for us, and just the intensity he would put till the very last second of every game he played for Liverpool. That's what I remember about him, you know, and and in his mentality, he's always had an incredible mentality. Are there parts of his game that I do think he can improve on? Yes, but in terms of his mentality, you can't fault him. I love him for that. Hi to your friend Umar. Big up, Umar. You'll never walk alone. MX. I got you. Why does Lucho want to leave? We don't know the details of it, but I'm not going to be negative towards him because, like I said, he's been a model professional since he was at the club. I think the reason he wants to leave is because he would have. My belief is this summer he saw he had 2 years left, and he probably doesn't have. He's probably not one of the highest wage earners at the club. I think he would have gone to our hierarchy and said, "Listen, I've given a lot to the club already. I'm turning 29 next season. I either want a contract extension or I want to go." And given that he was such an important attacker, that's fair in my opinion. It's fair to him to say, listen, I want an extension or I want to leave, because other clubs like Bayern Munich, from the figures I've heard, they're willing to offer him big wages. So I believe that he would have done that, and then Liverpool would have said, you still have 2 years left. We're not going to offer you a contract. So either you stay and we're very happy for you to stay, or you leave to another club, but that club would have to pay a lot of money. If I had to predict what went on behind the scenes, I would say that. But again, I don't actually know whether that's the truth or not. That's just what I believe is what's happening, basically. Surya says, Leo, as a Newcastle fan, I'm happy for your club. If you get Isak, I will support you. Even if you take our best player, you'll never walk alone. Surya, I couldn't speak more highly of Newcastle as a club and your fan base and everything. So I really do wish you the best. And if Isak leaves, with the way you've recruited since your new ownership, I think you would recruit very well. By the looks of it, it seems like you would use the money for Benjamin Sesko, who's an incredible talent, still very young, much younger than Alexander Isak, and Visa, who is obviously Premier League proven at Brentford and probably a very underrated player. So if you use the Isak money for those two strikers, I think that could be a very smart way to reinvest it, to have an even more complete of a squad, It looks like Ibu will stay after all. Yes, it does look that way. That's what the rumors are saying right now. And praying that those rumors come to fruition, We had Lucho problem with Mane. They leave for money, and most footballers do this. Don't care about loyalty. Nah, Max, come on. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's more you want to feel valued in as one of the most important players in the squad. And for example, I think with Saudio, it could have been a similar situation where he said, I'm one of the best players at the club. I want to be paid like one of the best players at the club. That's not asking about loyalty. That's just wanting to be represented as one of the best. And I believe with Saudio back in the day, it was the same thing where the club's hierarchy was more so willing to invest in the long term in Mohamed Salah than they were in Sadio Mane. And when that moment happened, they felt like they wanted to go to a club that would value them for what they felt they deserved, and rightfully so. Saudio, you know what I'm saying? But we can't give major contracts to all of our players, so we have to make decisions. And to me, it seems very clear that the decision we've made on Lucho is the fact that we won't offer him a big long-term contract. Because like I said, he turns 29 next season. Train FC, nice to see you in the building as well, who says, hey Leo, so excited to see this confirmed by the man himself. If he joins us, he'll flourish. An attack of him, Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo, and Wirtz will be deadly. Experience and youthfulness combined. Oh my goodness. I mean, the real experience is Mohamed Salah when you talk about age, but then what's crazy is if you're talking about Isak, Ekitike, Gakpo, and Wirtz, they're all still so young. So our future is looking so bright, but then also the present, it looks like we can compete for absolutely everything, Kat says, honestly, I'd go to a job that's willing to pay me more despite of my feelings. This is what I mean. It's so easy for us from the outside to say, oh, he doesn't love the club. Oh, he's disrespecting the club. But it's not just that. And it's not just about money either. Like I said before, it's the fact that, yeah, I mean, no, money is important as well because careers are short, you know, and then they want to provide for their entire families, for their entire communities. And like I said, Lucho knows that he's coming towards the end of his career. So I totally understand wanting to go to a club, especially because Bayern would have been talking to his agent, Saudi would have been talking to his agent saying, listen, we can offer you 200,000 plus per week. So of course you're going to listen to that, you know? Jarvis says Lucho, Musiala, Olise, and Kane would be a good watch. Second best attack in Europe after Liverpool's, of course. I mean, to be fair, Barca's attack is scary too. Barca, especially with the way they play, scary attack. But yeah, I definitely think, you know, we'll be in the top 3 best attacks in the world. Mig says, how crazy would it be for Liverpool to break the transfer record twice? Crazy. I think if you had told me that in May, I would have said there's not even a 1% chance of that happening. Just Henry says, what a time to be a Red. What a time to be a Red indeed. I finished your... Big up MX8. If you tag me, I'll be able to see it. If you tag me in the caption. If you tag me in the caption, that would be incredible. Tu crois qu'on peut avoir Rodrigo, Isak et Guehi? So Inder in French is saying, Leo, do you believe we can get Rodrigo, Isak, and Guehi? No, I don't think so. I think there's no world where this summer we sign both Rodrigo and Alexander Isak because both players as well will be asking for major, major wages. I believe Rodrigo earns around 250,000 at Real Madrid right now. So he would be asking for around that much, if not 300,000. So for me, there's no world where we get both. No world. And that's why I just did this poll. And I'm going to go back to the poll because now 650 of you guys have voted. So I'm really curious to see. So the question in the poll, I asked you, would you rather sign Rodrigo and just sell Luis Diaz? So we would keep Darwin as a striker with Kitik. Or would you rather we sign Alexander Isak this summer, but sell both Luis Diaz and Darwin? And let me tell you guys, 666 of you have voted. 78% voted for sign Isak, sell Lucho and Darwin. 22% said sign Rodrigo and just sell Luis Diaz. I'm quite surprised by that. I thought it wasn't quite going to be about so close, you know. Surya says, Leo, you're the best Liverpool fan I've seen you. You have the heart to speak good about every club in your way, and I appreciate that. No, I appreciate you, Surya. And seriously, Newcastle for me, guys, let me know, by the way, maybe some of you have been to most away grounds, but I have a question for you guys, a little bit off topic, but I know that Surya is a Newcastle fan. If you could watch Liverpool next season at any away ground in the Premier League, which would you choose? Any away ground in the Premier League. Me personally, and this is why I'm bringing it up, Surya, for me, my dream is to go to St. James Park because I've just heard the atmosphere from the Newcastle fans is unbelievable. And for me, that's number 1 on my bucket list because I've already gone to go to Old Trafford. I've been to the Emirates. I've been to Spurs' new stadium. I've been to quite a few away grounds, but I've never been to St. James. So, guys, let me know in the chat what would be your number 1. Yo, Salah's Boats! Guys, I want W's in the building right now. Salah's Boats edits. Guys in the chat, let me know if you can remember Salah's Boats. He's one of the biggest OGs of the channel because Salah's Boats, you must remember, the first live watch along we did in this channel, actually on the same subject, was when Liverpool played at St. James Park away and the score was 2-1 that day. Darwin scored a double and Salah's Boats was supporting the channel with super chats that day, and it was the first time I had gone live for a live watch along for a Premier League game because I think we did one friendly before then. But Salah's Boats, you OG, I appreciate you still being in the building. Who says, I must say the truth, I'm funding all the transfers. Salah's Boats, you legend, OG of the channel. Jarvie says the new Everton Stadium, I haven't been to a derby before. Ooh, that's a good one too. Max says away game, probably Villa Park. It'll be so big. Leo, who will take the number 7? If Lucho leaves, who do you guys think will take the number 7? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe Verts, but I don't see him with the 7. We need to buy a center back. What do you think? We'll 100% sign a center back this summer. 100%. Rain says, I would go to Selhurst Park. I've been to Selhurst Park. It's great. We won 2-1 that day too, actually. Bobby scored. Kat says, Newcastle will be fine, bro. They'll sign Sesko or someone like that. Yeah, they'll sign Sesko and Visa, I think. That's what it's saying. How much would it cost to sign Isak, Leo? Segal, the next short I'm making, will be out on this. How much Alexander Isak would cost. Jason says, I love your take on these football news and our club. Thank you, bro, for being in the building and showing that support. I appreciate you. Isak will take the 7. Luca Gaming, that's cheeky from you. Alexander Isak will take the 7. Cheeky from you right there. They can't afford to keep Isak. The problem is they can, in terms of, because he has 3 years left, they can ask for the amount of money they want. Seriously, they can. Elena says, Leo, can you big shout out to my friend Yasmina? Big up Yes Meme. Yes Meme, thank you for being in the building. Shout out to you, absolute legend. And your friend Elena is an absolute legend too. You'll never walk alone. Sporty Edit says, guess the first time I started watching you at the beginning of this season. The beginning of this season. I don't know. Shout out to you, okay? But don't spam in the chat, please. Shout out to you, though. My favorite player of all time is this man. He's the reason I started supporting this football club that I love so, so much. Look. My favorite player of all time. And it's not even close who's number 2. My favorite. My 2 favorite people within the footballing world, and you guys know I'm obviously a big football fan like all of you in the building. And for me, who are like this at the very, very top, Stevie G and Jurgen Klopp at the very, very top. Very, very top. Are you doing a live watch along tomorrow? Yes, I'll be live 45 minutes before kickoff. I've already drafted that live, you guys. What's good, bro? Lover, nice to see you in the building. Dimal says, have you met Jared yet? Yes, let me show you. That's when my dream came true. Let me show you. My dream came true. I was so awkward, though. I was so awkward. It happened 3 years ago. And it was actually at the AXA training ground. It was at the training ground where the players train right now. Look, guys, you can tell how awkward I was. It was 3 years ago. That's when I met Stevie. Dream come true. Dream come true. And we spoke for like 5-10 minutes too. It was crazy. Dean Hayes, thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate you too. Who says, I appreciate you, Leo, and your channel. What is your favorite Liverpool top mate? I have so many that I love. Right now, the one that I came back to that I really love is this yellow one, because I love the color yellow. Look, this one. I wore it in a few videos. And look who's on the back. He's another one that I met who was so nice. Sami Hyypiä. Legend as well. And I think very, very underrated defender. But I think my favorite are the Adidas candy shirts. Adidas candy shirts, I think. MX, hold on. Love it, Elena. Hold on, let me have a look. That's the edit. Big up, bro. Thank you, Francesco. Guys, Francesco Munsel has become a community support member. I want W's in the building. Francesco, are you from Italy? Are you from Italy? You gotta spam those new emojis, Francesco, now that you have access. And big up Arun. Thank you very much as well for the super chat, who says, imagine seeing this 3 years ago, Leo. You'll never walk alone. I would have lost it. I would have absolutely lost it. Thinking that this could be our reality right now. What's going on? Oh, look at Ugo as well there. Look at Ugo. Liverpool Amp. Big up Liverpool Amp, who says, Leo, the game against Bilbao, I'm going to, but it's 2 games that I get to watch for the price of 1, not behind the closed doors. Yeah, those are the ones at Anfield, right? I'm hyped for those. Aren't they on? I think it's on August 4th, right? If I'm not mistaken. We get to see 2 games, you guys, that day at Anfield. It's going to be unreal. 2 games at Anfield. So hyped for it. Nicholas, it doesn't matter what other people call you. Whatever club feels right for you to support, that's what you should do. You shouldn't care what others think. In general, in life, honestly. Snow LFC says, good morning, Leo. Woke up and saw this. You'll never walk alone. Big up. Yeah, do you want me to pull up? Here, look, this is the report from Fabrizio. That Alexander Isak only wants Liverpool, that it's his priority. Come on. Virgil looks so happy on that pick. Yeah, because he wanted to, when he signed that new contract, Dean, I'm sure he wanted Liverpool to go big in the transfer window so we could again compete for the Premier League and the Champions League. And boy, have the owners backed him full well. Who do you think will become new vice captain? Hoa, I feel like it could be Robbo. Now it looks like Robbo will end up staying. I think it could end up being Robertson. Otherwise, either Adison or Mohamed Salah. Isak only wants Liverpool and no one else. What the narrative from rival fans. This is the news, bro. This is the news. Good morning, Ram is him. Nice to see you. Axie says, hi, Leo. I'm just coming to say hi. Hope you're doing well. I have to get surgery today. I'm a bit scared. Love your content. Keep it up. Big up, bro. All the best in your surgery today. I hope it goes well. I'm sending my best wishes for you for your surgery. Luca, nice to see you back in the building too. Love you too. Freddie says, can you react to my edits? Name is Rio. Bro, if you tag me, I'll be able to see it. If you tag me. Freddie, let me see. Wow, so you're a big Rio fan then. Wait, Salah's Boats, are you still in the building right now? Salah's Boats? Damn, these edits seem clean. Of our boy Rio, our star winger. Look at this. That's the game against Preston. He really impressed. 16 years old. He's going to sign his first professional contract with the club next month. Once he turns 17. I think he turns 17 on August 29th. Daniel the Goat says, Leo, I'm so buzzing. I can't believe this transfer. And there's even more to come. I'm so excited. Yeah, bro. I think 2 more signings are going to come. 2 more. A defender and an attacker. LFC fan chat, thank you very much for the super chat as well. Who says, hi Leo, you're the best. Can we collab for the actual game? What actual game? Do you mean the game tomorrow against AC Milan? Do you think we'll end up selling Costas now? 3 starting left backs is crazy. Yeah, I think Costas will leave. Any updates on Chiesa? No, except for the fact he's not with the squad for this preseason tour, unfortunately. He's not part of the squad for this preseason tour in Asia. No, I wouldn't bro, love you too, Max Edits. I wouldn't want to see Robbo play center back. We saw it against PSV last season. It didn't work. I really don't think that's how you get the best out of him. I don't see it. Thoughts on Fofana from Lyon, bro? Very exciting talent. Potentially, I could see us going for him. It all depends on what happens with the rest of the movement this summer. Because I think the futures of Lucho, Darwin, and Chiesa are all uncertain. So we have to see. If all 3 move away, then potentially we get someone like Malik Fofana on top of another striker. We'll have to see. Yeah, we're gonna be live for the AC Milan game tomorrow. Gonna be live for it. Big up the goats. Will we get Bastoni? Nah, no way. No way. The thing is, Fofana, I think, would want to get a lot of playing time because he's a starter for Lyon already, which is a big club in France. You know what I mean? Yeah, Margehi. Hassan, just Crystal Palace need to drop their asking price. They need to drop their asking price, and then I think we can go in for him. I think that's what we're waiting for. Otherwise, I think we'll just wait till next summer to get him on a free if they're being that difficult to deal with. But yeah, me too. Ram is him. So guys, unfortunately, I have to go for lunchtime. And then after, I'm going to prepare a video to give you guys a sneak peek. The video is going to be on whether Isak is worth it and how much he would actually cost Alexander Isak. That's going to be the next video. But yeah, I have to go to lunch, have some food. But who knows? Maybe there'll be more breaking news and we're back live tonight. If not tomorrow, for sure, we're live because there's the AC Milan game and we're going to do a watch along. We're going to see Florian Wirtz for the first time, so I cannot wait for that. So I will 100% see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if something happens in the rest of the day. But as always, thank you all for being in the building, showing that support, showing that positive energy. What a freaking time to be alive. Oh, I see here, Dean says Wirtz will score tomorrow. Do you know if Kitik will play? I don't think Kitik will play because he hasn't even had a full training session yet. So I think he'll watch and then probably play in the next game, but not the one tomorrow. And if Wirtz scores tomorrow, I'm going to go crazy. But anyways, guys, have a beautiful, beautiful lunch for those of you that maybe haven't eaten yet, or beautiful rest of your Friday. And I will see you guys